Alright guys, today we're talking about the new budget brand of Civivi, I guess you would say. Don't quite understand why they felt the need to do a budget brand, but it is the Sencut. They only have two models so far, the Citius right here, and whatever the other one is that looks like a backlash that was made taller and way more hideous looking. So this one came to me from a viewer. We had talked about getting one to test the 9CR18, and it's going to be really hard to see, but it is marked 9CR18 down there by the scale. I just didn't know that it was coming today. This just showed up this Sunday, November 30th, 29th, whatever it is. Anyway, I thought I'd go ahead and talk about it. I do have a tan one coming that is also going to be tested. So I was curious as to why Civivi didn't just make some cheaper stuff, or WE, however you want to call it, rather than making yet another sub-brand. My thinking is what WE originally was, the D2, G10 kind of stuff that they originally came out with that was around the $100 range. To me, that's what they want Civivi to be again, since the WE prices start in the 160s and go way up from there. Could be wrong. That's just my way of thinking, and that's why they came out with these that are currently $32. And the other one, I'm just calling it the hideous one, is $36. So this is what you get: liner lock, recessed screws with a clip with plenty of room. Actually like this clip, it's got good tension, good clearance. One thing I noticed, probably about the only thing I don't like about it, is I do not like how the liners are cut out so that the stop pin can rotate around. It is a press stop pin in the blade, rotates around, catches up top for the open position and down here for the closed position. The detent's good. For as light as the blade is, you can shake it down without much trouble. This is straight out of the package. I've flipped it, I don't even think 10 times, including for the video right here. So this is what the maroon one looks like. And I'll go ahead and give you a couple comparisons. This is what it looks like against a bug out. It's about the same size closed. Top to bottom is a bug out. It is slimmer this way. It is very close to the side. The Neutron's actually a little bit smaller than the Citius. Pretty close to the height of a Delica. And it's a hair smaller than the Tangram Santa Fe. And I brought this one out because I don't hear a lot talked about these. This is still a good option, really smooth for being on washers. But anyway, to give you a comparison, real similar to the size of a Delica, a little bit longer. A little bit longer than a Neutron. and very close to the size of a bug out. So most people know what the bug out is, so you have an idea of how long this is. It is just not as tall. I will be testing this along with the other one that is supposed to be here. I don't remember if it's coming tomorrow or Tuesday, but I will have two examples of this 9CR18. I did just do the nausea and the backlash with a 1500 grit diamond finish, and they both did really well. So curious to see if this 9CR18 is done exactly the same. Gonna run both examples, 1500 grit, and then I am going to run all of them at a high polish. I've already started the nausea and the backlash on the polish testing, so curious to see if this is going to test the same way. So far though, doesn't feel much different than any other Civivi that I've had, that I've tested, anything like that. It is a little small. It's like a 3.5 finger knife for me. They did maximize the blade versus the handle for those of you that actually care about that. I really don't. I'd like to see a little bit longer handle so that I could get a full grip on it, but that's what you have right there. Look for these coming up. There will be, like I said, a tan one along with this one. And I did see in some of the reviews on Amazon that someone had posted about this being thick. Rather thick behind the edge. It's like any of their other stuff. It feels pretty thin. I will measure it, but I'm gonna take a guess and say it's under 15 thousandths. It's probably in the 12, 13 thousandths range. Not terrible. Pretty good. Pretty thin stock. Curious to see how this does and compare to the rest of it. If you have any questions, comments, anything else, put them down below. As always, I appreciate your time, and thanks for watching.